Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is another video where I'm answering my viewers' questions in my Ashley Answers playlist series. So I've got a question from one of you guys. Actually, I've been asked this quite a bit, which is why I've decided to make a video on it. But if you have a question for me that you want me to answer in my next Ashley Answers video, please leave it down below. And if I get a bunch of likes on it, I'll know that it's a question you guys are all kind of wondering about. So today we are going to be talking about YouTube, when I film, how I do it, and all those things surrounding that with homeschooling my kids. I get asked this a lot, and so I'm going to share with you the system and what I do that helps me balance, or try to balance at least, all the things. So I will insert a little pop-up of the question right here for you guys, but basically the question was from one of you guys asking, like, when do I film my YouTube videos? What do my kids do? Because, you know, my door is closed when I'm not down there. Or she kind of jokingly said, like, are they just perfect little angels that, you know, just wait for you while you film? So I'm going to be talking about all of that. But the first thing I want to say is my kids are 6 and older. So I do not have a baby or like a toddler that could hurt themselves if I step away for a couple minutes. So let me just throw that out there. My kids have sat downstairs at the end of a day when everything is done, as far as like my priorities go of like homeschool, getting all that done, where I've needed to film a video and I just say, hey guys, mom has to go upstairs and film a video really quick. Please don't interrupt me unless it's an emergency. It'll take 10 or 15 minutes. And they're fine. They can stay downstairs, have a snack, play, whatever it is. But yeah, so my kids being a little bit older helps with that, but that is not how I usually do it. So I usually film my videos one day a week, for not even one day a week. Sometimes it's like twice a month, depending on the type of video. So all of my sit down videos I pre-record, meaning like I plan out what videos I'm gonna be talking about or doing ahead of time. And then usually it's Sunday afternoon after church and everyone's just resting and relaxing. And Sunday is kind of a rest day for me. And so even though this would be viewed by a lot of you as doing work, to me, I'm sitting here talking. It's not like I'm doing backbreaking labor, and it just works out well for my schedule. So when I film, it's usually on a Sunday afternoon. My husband is home, so he's currently downstairs with the kids at this present moment, making them lunch, and I am up here filming a couple of videos. So I usually film a few at a time. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's been like 5, and it just depends on what my schedule looks like. So I use my planner, my Erin Condren planner, to plan all of these things out. So that is kind of how I do the filming portion of YouTube. I do block filming, like I film a bunch of things in one day, and then I edit them over time. So that moves me into the editing portion. The editing of the videos I do at night. During the day, I do not have time between homeschooling, me working out every day, my kids' sports, and just like day-to-day cleaning and life and cooking. You know, most of us are moms here, so you understand what I'm saying. I do not have time to edit a video during the day. So after my kids go to bed, I will usually sit on the couch and edit my videos. And I try, when I start editing, I try to at least get it to the uploading stage before I'm done. So obviously this would be a lot harder for like a daily vlogger that has tons of footage to roll through, but this is why I'm not a daily vlogger, because I just don't have that kind of time or desire, if I'm being honest. Sit down videos are a lot easier to edit. Really, it's just, you know, cutting and like it's very easy editing and it doesn't take too long. Now, if I am doing 5 videos, that is going to take me quite some time, but once I have them recorded, then I can just kind of work through them at night when my kids are in bed, because I do not want YouTube as a part-time job to be taking away from my greater priorities like my family and things like that. So that's how I do that, and I do that at night. Now some of you are probably thinking, well, your husband, what about time with your husband? So my husband's work schedule, without me giving away too much personal information, he works very early in the morning, so he goes to bed very early on his work nights. So usually pretty much around the same time as the kids. So I do have like 3 nights a week where everybody's in bed pretty much around 8:30, and I can just use that time to work on my YouTube channel and whatever other things I need to do. Now, some of my videos are day in the life or homeschool with me, and obviously I film those throughout the day and my kids are a part of that. But those are few and far between on my channel because, again, I don't have the desire to be a daily vlogger, and so I don't want my kids always having a camera in their face. So when we share like a homeschool lesson, I tell them ahead of time, Mom's gonna share this lesson, so you know the camera's gonna be around, but just pretend like it's not even there. And they understand, and for the most part, I'm sure some of you guys who have been around my channel for a while have caught them like looking or whatever. But for the most part, they're pretty good. So those I would obviously film with them, but that kind of takes care of the filming and uploading and editing portion and how I get that done. I really try to go to bed by 11 o'clock every single night. And I usually am up around 6:30 or 7. That's kind of like our natural family sleeping schedule. Like not my kids, but me. My kids wake up around 7. So that seems to be working decently. And that area of YouTube, I feel like I've got a really good handle on. But now I'm going to be really honest with you guys and tell you about the side of YouTube and social media that I feel as a job. Social media as a job that I feel like I don't necessarily have the best handle on, and I've recently really felt like I need to do better in this area. So the second part of being on social media is interacting with you guys, and that is important to me, but I think it depends on your personality type, and my personality type, I am an empathetic person, meaning if someone shares like a burden with me, their burden became mine, even if they didn't want it to be that way. And I am working on that, and I know that about myself. It's why being in the fitness industry was also hard for me, and I had to learn through, struggles there. But when you guys comment, I want to reply right back. I don't want anybody to feel like I don't care, or I don't value them, or I think I'm too good to answer your questions. Like, I actually want to help you guys, but it's getting really, really hard to get back to everybody. And that's exciting and a blessing, but it's also like really hard on me personally because I see those comments and I feel the need to reply instantly, and I can't do that anymore. So that I'm not going to tell you like, oh, this is when I comment, because I have not been doing the best at that, and I'm just being honest. When it was like 5 comments, then it was like easy to, like, when I'm having lunch, just like reply back. But now it's like hundreds, which is awesome, so don't get me wrong, but I need to have designated time in my day where I am commenting back. So what that's going to look like moving forward for me is in the morning, I always check my email. I check it for personal reasons and I check it for business reasons too. So when I wake up in the morning and I get my cup of coffee and I go downstairs, my first, that for an hour, I'm going to allow myself to be commenting back on my YouTube videos, to be emailing any potential sponsors or just like anything like that. And then I'm putting it away. It's done. And I'm not doing any commenting back throughout the day. I have found myself at my kids' sports practices, just like for the time just gets away from me because I'm replying so much that I don't even realize that an hour and a half has gone by and I've like barely just made all my comments on my video. So I'm gonna be designating an hour to that on the days that my videos go live to comment with you guys. And that's just, I'm gonna hope that that's gonna work and gonna be enough. And then of course, randomly, if I get an email or something, I can find a few minutes to answer it back. It's not that big of a deal. So that was probably a really long-winded answer, but no, my kids are not right out there. They are downstairs having lunch. And that is how I film my YouTube videos. That's why it's pretty quiet when I film my YouTube videos. And that's just the system that's worked for me pretty well. I pre-schedule all my videos out, so I'm never scrambling at the last second to be like, oh, I have to get a video up, because consistency with YouTube is very important. And so I really plan ahead, and that's not something that's a struggle for me. And I know it is for some, but for me it's not. And so I like doing it that way. So I hope that answers your question. Like I said in the intro, if you have a question you want me to answer, I'm an open book. Let me know down below and I'll be happy to do it in my next Ashley Answers video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell notifications are on, because YouTube has been being crazy again and unsubscribing people, and I would hate for any of you who want to see my videos to miss any of them. But thanks for watching and thanks for your question. You know who you are, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye.